Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you push, you're destined to start over again? Imagine spending your days laboriously pushing a massive boulder up a steep hill, only to see it tumble back down over and over again. This is the ancient myth of Sisyphus, and it's more than just a tragic tale. It's a mirror reflecting the modern human condition. Albert Camus, a French philosopher, reinterprets Sisyphus in his seminal essay, The Myth of Sisyphus. Instead of viewing Sisyphus as a symbol of endless futility, Camus challenges us to see him as an absurd hero. By accepting the inherent meaninglessness of life, Sisyphus transcends his punishment. He finds liberation in the very struggle that seems, on the surface, utterly pointless. This radical idea is not just philosophy, it's an invitation for personal transformation. Think about your daily routine, the repetitive work, the setbacks, the moments when your effort seems wasted. It might feel like a never-ending cycle of frustration. But what if you could reframe that struggle? What if, like Sisyphus, you could find joy in every step of the journey, even if the outcome remains uncertain? Today, we'll explore how Camus' insights on the absurd can empower you to break free from the chains of despair and embrace a life of freedom, passion, and purpose. Get ready to challenge your assumptions about success, failure, and the nature of fulfillment. You'll see that life's repetitive battles aren't burdens to bear, but opportunities to reclaim your freedom. Let's begin our journey to imagine, to live. A life where every push, every setback, and every triumph fills your heart with meaning. At the heart of Camus' essay is a profound philosophical question. If life is inherently meaningless, then why persist? This is the paradox of absurdism. On one side, we crave clarity, order, and significance. On the other, the universe remains silent, indifferent to our longing for purpose. Camus calls this chasm the absurd, a divorce between our human need for understanding and the chaotic, unresponsive nature of reality. Philosophers before Camus, like Kierkegaard and Nietzsche, explored similar themes. Kierkegaard introduced the idea of a leap of faith to escape despair, while Nietzsche challenged us to create our own values in a world bereft of absolute truths. Yet Camus took a different stance. Instead of turning to religion or self-deception, he argued for a full confrontation with the absurd. In his view, suicide is not the solution because it concedes defeat, nor is a leap into unfounded hope an honest response. Instead, Camus advocates for revolt, embracing the struggle itself as a source of strength and liberation. Modern psychological studies back up aspects of Camus' thinking. Research shows that people who find meaning in their daily routines and even in repetitive tasks often feel more motivated and fulfilled. When we recognize that our actions, whether they seem monumental or mundane, are the very essence of our existence, we can transform routine into a canvas for self-expression and growth. Think of a factory worker who, by understanding the significance of every small effort, turns a monotonous task into an art form of perseverance. This redefinition of work not only boosts productivity, but also nurtures a resilient mindset. Camus's existential reflections are particularly relevant today. In a world where many feel trapped by the pressures of modern life, be it the 9-to-5 grind, the endless cycle of social media validation, or the pervasive anxiety about the future, the notion of the absurd resonates deeply. When we become aware that our lives are, in many ways, a series of repetitive tasks with no grand external meaning, we are faced with a choice. We can either despair, or we can embrace the freedom that comes with accepting life as it is. As one modern commentator put it, recognizing the absurd is the condition for profound freedom. This philosophical and psychological context sets the stage for personal transformation. By understanding that the search for absolute meaning is futile, we liberate ourselves from unrealistic expectations. Instead, we can focus on the present moment, the only place where life actually happens. This awareness enables us to celebrate every moment of struggle, turning even failure into an opportunity for growth. In essence, Camus' absurdism teaches us that the act of living, despite its apparent meaninglessness, is an act of rebellion. It is a declaration that even in a silent and indifferent universe, our experience is our own, and that in the very act of struggle, we find our true selves. Let's delve deeper into Camus' interpretation of Sisyphus. In the myth, Sisyphus is condemned by the gods to push a massive boulder up a hill for eternity. Every time he nears the summit, the boulder tumbles back down. At first glance, his punishment appears to be the epitome of futility. Yet, Camus challenges us to reconsider this image. Rather than viewing Sisyphus as a symbol of despair, he invites us to see him as a hero of the absurd, a man who, by embracing his fate, reclaims his freedom. Imagine your own struggles, those moments when, despite relentless effort, your goals seem to slip away. Whether it's a failed project at work, a habit you can't break, or an unyielding personal setback, each of these challenges can feel Sisyphean. But what if you learned to love the struggle? What if, like Sisyphus, you could find satisfaction in the act of pushing your own metaphorical boulder? Camus famously concludes, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy." This isn't a call for blind optimism, it's a call for radical acceptance. By acknowledging the absurdity of life, you free yourself from the burden of seeking an impossible, all-encompassing meaning. Consider the beauty in the process itself. Every step Sisyphus takes up the hill is an assertion of his defiance against fate. His labor is not wasted because it is the very expression of his existence. In a similar way, your daily tasks, no matter how repetitive or mundane, carry the potential to be moments of authentic living. When you stop comparing your journey to an idealized vision of perfection, you can start to see each effort as a triumph in itself. Even if the boulder rolls back down, the struggle transforms you. This core idea has profound implications. The act of pushing the boulder becomes a metaphor for self-improvement, creativity, and personal growth. When you immerse yourself fully in the struggle, you discover that every failure is simply a stepping stone toward greater self-awareness. The journey itself, your continuous effort against overwhelming odds, is what imbues your life with significance. It is not the achievement of a final, unattainable goal that matters. It is the process of striving that defines you. Moreover, this perspective liberates you from the constant need for external validation. In a society obsessed with results and accolades, the endless pursuit of perfection can be paralyzing. Camus teaches us that true freedom lies in the acceptance of life's inherent imperfection. By choosing to embrace the absurd, you shift the focus from external rewards to the internal rewards of resilience and authenticity. You begin to value the process over the outcome. Visualize yourself as Sisyphus. Each push, every moment of strain, is a declaration of your independence. You are not defined by the failure of the rock to stay atop the hill. You are defined by the courage to continue pushing despite the odds. This is the heart of Camus's message. Our lives gain meaning through our actions, our struggles, and our unwavering commitment to live authentically. In this light, the absurd is not a curse. It is the very condition that makes our freedom possible. A common objection to Camus's argument is this: if life is meaningless, why not simply end it? After all, if every effort is doomed to repeat, isn't suicide a logical escape from endless futility? Camus acknowledges this question, stating that the only serious philosophical problem is whether life is worth living. However, he rejects suicide as a solution because it represents an abandonment of our freedom. To choose death is to forego the opportunity to define your own existence. In Camus' view, suicide is a confession that life is too much to bear, an act that denies the inherent freedom to create meaning from the struggle. Instead of escaping, Camus argues for a revolt, a conscious, defiant acceptance of life's absurdity. This revolt is not a momentary burst of anger, but a sustained, passionate engagement with life. When you face the reality that the universe is indifferent, you are forced to confront your own limitations, and in doing so, you discover an immense reservoir of inner strength. Embracing the absurd means rejecting any false hope that promises a grand, transcendent purpose. It means living fully in the present and celebrating every small victory, no matter how transient. Some might say that such acceptance leads to a nihilistic resignation. But Camus's absurdism is not about giving up, it's about taking control of your life by acknowledging the truth and daring to live regardless. Consider an artist who, aware of the impermanence and unpredictability of beauty, still pours passion into every brushstroke. That very awareness transforms the act of creation into something profound, a testament to the human spirit's capacity to find joy amid chaos. Critics sometimes label this approach as hopeless pessimism. Yet what Camus offers is a paradoxical kind of hope, one that arises not from the promise of a better future, but from the acceptance of the present moment. When you stop chasing an illusory guarantee of eternal meaning, you open yourself to the richness of the here and now. Every effort becomes an act of defiance, a statement that I choose to live, and in my struggle, I find my strength. It is also important to distinguish between an authentic embrace of the absurd and a retreat into escapism. The flight into faith, or clinging to dogmatic beliefs, is, for Camus, a form of philosophical suicide, an evasion of the truth about our condition. True freedom comes from confronting reality head-on, without relying on comforting illusions. In this confrontation, you reclaim the power to define your values, your priorities, and ultimately, your destiny. Thus, by embracing the absurd, you liberate yourself from the tyranny of external expectations and the endless pursuit of perfection. Instead of measuring your worth by outcomes dictated by society, you learn to value your own process. Each struggle, each setback, each moment of resistance becomes a testament to your resilience and creativity. In the echo of every repetitive task, you hear the call of your own authenticity. Imagine then that you wake each day with a resolve to push your boulder up the hill. Not because you expect it to stay at the top, but because every push defines who you are. This is the essence of a life lived authentically, where passion and rebellion are intertwined with a deep awareness of life's inherent absurdity. Now that we've unpacked the philosophical heart of Camus' absurdism, let's turn to how you can apply these ideas in your everyday life. The key is to shift your focus from chasing an elusive final meaning to embracing the process of living itself. 1. Reframe your daily routine. Start by viewing your daily tasks, no matter how repetitive, as opportunities to express yourself. Whether you're commuting, working at a desk, or doing household chores, focus on the sensations, the rhythm, and the small victories in each moment. Try mindfulness techniques. Take a few deep breaths and appreciate the present, much like Sisyphus finds a brief moment of clarity as he walks down the hill after each failed push. 2. Celebrate small wins. Instead of fixating on an ideal end goal, recognize the progress you make along the way. Create a journal where you note down even the minor achievements of the day. This practice will help you see that each step forward is a triumph, even if it doesn't lead to a final destination. Remember, as Camus reminds us, the struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. 3. Embrace failure as growth. Reframe failures not as definitive setbacks, but as essential parts of your journey. When something doesn't work out, analyze it without self-judgment. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How can this experience refine my approach next time? In doing so, you transform each failure into a stepping stone toward greater resilience. 4. Cultivate authenticity. Resist the temptation to cling to external sources of meaning, whether it's rigid career success or societal approval. Instead, take responsibility for creating your own values. Reflect on what truly matters to you, and let that guide your decisions. This is your personal revolution against the absurd, a way to claim your freedom in a world that offers no guarantees. 5. Build a supportive community. Although absurdism emphasizes individual freedom, it doesn't require you to walk the path alone. Engage with communities or groups where open discussion about life's challenges is encouraged. Sharing experiences can help you see that everyone faces their own boulder, and that mutual support can transform the struggle into a collective celebration of resilience. 6. Practice regular reflection. Set aside time each day for reflection. Whether through meditation, writing, or quiet contemplation, allow yourself to process the day's challenges and moments of triumph. This practice will not only ground you in the present, but also reinforce your understanding that meaning is created, not given. By integrating these practical steps into your life, you'll begin to see that your daily efforts, even when they seem Sisyphean, are the building blocks of a rich, authentic existence. Every push of the boulder is a reaffirmation of your freedom, creativity, and capacity for growth. The myth of Sisyphus is not a tale of despair. It's a call to embrace the struggle as the very essence of life. Camus challenges us to see that life's inherent meaninglessness is not a death sentence, but a blank canvas upon which we can paint our own purpose. By accepting that the universe may not hand us meaning on a silver platter, we unlock the freedom to create our own values and live passionately every single day. Remember, every time you push your own boulder, whether it's tackling a tough project, overcoming personal setbacks, or simply facing another day, you are engaging in an act of rebellion against fate. This struggle, repeated over and over, is what fills your heart with life. It's in those moments of resistance that you define who you truly are. One must imagine Sisyphus happy, Camus declares, and it is in that defiant joy that we find our ultimate liberation. As you move forward, let this philosophy guide you. Don't be disheartened by the cyclical nature of challenges. Instead, view each setback as a chance to learn, to adapt, and to grow. Embrace the idea that life is a series of struggles and triumphs, each one a necessary part of your unique journey. When you stop waiting for a final, perfect outcome and instead find beauty in the everyday effort, you discover a profound sense of freedom. I invite you to be like Sisyphus, consciously aware of life's absurdity, yet choosing every day to live with purpose, passion, and relentless determination. Stand tall in the face of futility and let every push of your boulder remind you that the journey itself is your reward. Your journey matters. Share your insights in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to find meaning in every push. Embrace your struggle, celebrate your progress, and remember, your journey is uniquely yours. Imagine yourself happy, even in the push, and let that vision fuel your passion for life.